You're recording. Thank you, Rubina madam. Good afternoon, all.
Sorry, Swati, hold on a minute. Archana, announcement about
Sorry, ma'am.
recording?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Before we proceed further, please note that this session is being recorded purely for academic reasons with no commercial and financial implications. We have obtained the permission of the resource person for the same. You continuing to be in this session after the announcement will be considered as approval for the recording and for uploading it on the social media platforms. Thank you.
Shall I start now?
Yes,
ma'am.
please.
Good afternoon, all. Welcoming you all to the post-lunch session. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce our today's speaker, Tania Ichapuria madam, who is going to talk to us on the topic Safe Cities through Safe Schools. This is a topic in which we should all be deeply interested. Our speaker, Tania madam, holds a bachelor's degree in psychology and sociology. She is a trained personal counselor. She is currently working as a director and chief operating officer with Red Dot Foundation Safe City. And she is also Red Dot Foundation board member. She works extensively with women and children at grassroots level and has conducted sessions for over 2,000 people. She has personally managed over 3,500 volunteers and youth every year to enhance their leadership and guide the young leaders to be future agents of change. She has 7 years of experience till date in the social development sector. She is a certified experiential trainer and has conducted numerous POSH and IC workshops for various organizations. It is an honor and privilege for us, madam, to have you with us today. I am thankful to AXA team also for giving me an opportunity to introduce Tania madam. Thank you. Now over to you, Tania madam.
Thank you. Thank you, Swati ma'am. And thank you, everyone. Thank you. First of all, I would like to say thank you to Dr. Asmita for inviting me here today to be, amongst you, each one of you. I am also a mother of a special child, along with the work I do. And so I know how important each one of you and the work that you do makes a difference to every child, every parent. So thank you so much for being here with me today and listening to the work. I hope we can do some more work together as we go along. I would like to start my little presentation with a video, and I will try to, I want it to be as interactive. So if you have any questions, please stop me and ask. My presentation today is more about data, more about, I know you have gone through 2 days of actually understanding what is child abuse, and especially with children with disabilities. So today I'm going to talk about how we can take this forward and what we in our own ways can do to make this, safer for all children. So I'm going to share my screen and play a small video. In case the video triggers any feelings or you feel, it's kind of upsetting you a little, it's not a video that has any gruesome pictures, but in case it does, please, feel free to put your video or camera off, or, go and have a glass of water. But it's just a short video which we have created, and it is available on YouTube. So let me just share it. Give me a minute. Yes, I hope you can see my screen. like that video. So once again, thank you everyone for being here today. And just give me a minute.
Tanya, maybe you could switch off your video. That connectivity will not be an issue.
Sure. I'll do that. Just give me a minute and I will share my screen.
Sure.
Yeah. I hope you
Can
can see.
please make me co-host?
Yes, I have made you co-host.
Okay. So I'm Tanya and we belong to the Red Dot Foundation. We are also registered in the US as Red Dot Foundation. Our aim is to make cities safer by encouraging equal access to all spaces, for everyone. And we do this through crowdsourced data and using technology. I'll share more about it as we go along. But today, if you see statistics, sexual violence is not just restricted to India. It is a global pandemic. 1 in 3 women and girls experience harassment at least once in their lifetime. Of this, only 20% police. Okay, and every time in India, you can see on my screen how frequently there's a rape actually happening in India. So what does abuse look like? And I know over the 2 days you have seen what is child abuse and what is a different kind of abuse. So I'm not going to go into it, but the major categories are non-verbal, verbal, and physical. And all our laws support this. Even our POCSO laws, which is laws for children, support this. So sexual violence is it's a spectrum of abuse, but we tend to normalize the behavior. We tend to make it trivial, and it can lead to, a lot of side effects because we carry this kind of, incident with us for the rest of our life. We do a lot of live workshops, a lot of live interactions with a lot of people, and every workshop we have done, people have come up and shared instances, examples that they've gone through, maybe when they were young, maybe when they were children, when they were adults, and things that they've never ever shared with anyone in their family. So you can imagine the trauma that they go through. Also, children with disabilities, face a lot of, violence. According to the UN stats, and this is a study that they have done, which is violence against children, and it's the UN organization. They say that 60% of girls and 30% of boys with intellectual and development disabilities will be sexually abused before reaching their 18th birthday. And children and adolescents with disabilities are more likely to experience physical and sexual violence. And that is a huge astounding number. So what is our solution? So हमारा solution क्या है? How can we in our own cities, जहाँ हम रहते हैं, in our small education institutions, large educational institutions, what can we do? And the solution is Safe City. Safe City is a platform which RDF has built after the Nirbhaya incident, which uses technology to crowdsource data. I will walk you through exactly how the platform looks. आपको दिखाएगा कि प्लेटफॉर्म कैसा है, कैसा रिपोर्ट्स को भरना है, और what data can you see. Okay, so the data is जो हम वो रिपोर्ट्स भरते हैं वो anonymous है, कुछ नाम नहीं है उसमें, मोबाइल डेटा नहीं है, मोबाइल IP एड्रेस भी नहीं है, या लैपटॉप का IP एड्रेस या सिस्टम का IP एड्रेस भी नहीं लेते हैं. और आज तक हम 40,000 individual reports collect किए. We visualize this data, and I will show you some of the dashboards that we create. And then ये data हम individuals को भी share कर सकते हैं, communities को भी, और इंस्टीट्यूशनल्स जैसा पुलिस के साथ गोवा, मुंबई, दिल्ली, पुणे में हम ये डेटा उसको शेयर करते हैं, ये डेटा पुलिस के पास भी नहीं होते हैं, क्योंकि ये जो इंसिडेंट्स होते हैं ये कभी कभी हम सोचते हैं कि अच्छा ये ना छोटा मोटा इंसिडेंट्स है, मैं वो जगह से नहीं चलेगी, मैं वो बस से नहीं जाएगी, वो टाइम चेंज करेगी, या वो स्कूल नहीं जाएगी, ओके वो मेरे बच्चे को वो स्कूल पे नहीं भेजेगी, एंड वी move away from that incident. But how many more people are going through that same incident on that same bus, same road, that we don't form? Safe City helps you to see this without blaming, naming or shaming any victim. नाम नहीं है, और हम क्यों पुलिस के पास नहीं जाते हैं? क्योंकि हम सोचते हैं कि अच्छा मेरा बच्चे का फ्यूचर है, मेरा फ्यूचर है, नाम पूछेगा, आधार कार्ड पूछेगा, बहुत सारा डिटेल्स पूछेगा, बार बार बुलाएगी, तो you know why go? But imagine so many more people going through this, and our data shows that. So when the police, MLAs, panchayats, principals of educational institutions see this data, they are amazed. They say, you know, there are things that we can do at our own level. We can take individual action. Sometimes it's a small little thing which doesn't need to have an intervention of the government or, you know, police or stakeholders. So I'm going to stop here and I'm going to show you my, you know, actual live data of how Safe City looks like. फोन पे भी है, एंड्रॉइड और iOS स्टोर में, और ये जो है अगर आप इंटरनेट पे जाके आप ये देख सकते हैं कि how does this app look like. So this is what Safe City is. It says you can check out crime near you or you can share your story anonymously. Okay, कुछ नाम, phone number, details नहीं चाहिए. तो क्या details चाहिए? So we're going to do actually go through this. Before I show you this, I want to show you that मैं आपको दिखाना चाहती हूँ कि देखो मुंबई में कितना सारे रिपोर्ट्स है, और अगर आपको क्लिक करेंगे, ओके, I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, all okay. Yes, all okay.
Great. आप वो इंडिविजुअल रिपोर्ट पे क्लिक कर सकते हैं और आप देख सकते हैं कि क्या वो कौन सा इंसिडेंट था, कौन सा रास्ते पे था, कौन सा जगह पे था, क्या हो रहा है, ओके. और it's open source data because there's no name, no personal details of people. It's only where the incident happened और क्या हुआ था वहां, और कितने लोग वहां रिपोर्ट कर रहे, कहाँ जगह पे भी ना ऐसा रिपोर्ट्स आ रहा है कि बहुत सारे रिपोर्ट्स, अभी यहाँ एक है और यहाँ एक है, लेकिन कहाँ भी 10 ऐसा रिपोर्ट्स आते हैं, ओके, एक जगह से. This is how you can see any place, you can put in any place here in this search bar, और आप देख सकते हैं ये मैप जो है ये ग्लोबल है, कौन सा भी जगह आप देख सकते हैं. It's not just India, it is not just Mumbai, ये पूरा दुनिया का है, क्योंकि ये जो प्रॉब्लम है हर जगह पे है, हर कंट्री में है, ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ इंडिया में है, ओके. यू कैन सी इट all over the world. There are incidents all over the world and they are reported all over the world, okay. How do you share an incident? So आपको कैसा इंसिडेंट शेयर कर सकते हैं? You click on share an incident, it will ask you which country you are from. I'm going to say I'm from Goa, and I'm going to select my language, English. Okay, so we have various languages, बहुत सारा languages है, और दूसरे countries में भी यही platform को इस्तेमाल करती है, तो there are languages for them also. Okay, now we understand ये जो हमारा app है, so पता है कि ये बहुत ट्रॉमेटिक एक्सपीरियंसेस है, इसलिए ये कुछ बॉक्स रखी है, कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन रखी है कि वी विल नॉट सेव योर डेटा, जैसा आपने जूम पे बताई कि वी विल नॉट यूज योर डेटा, सेम वे वी डू नॉट शेयर दिस डेटा. Again, it's although it is anonymous, we understand it personal, to each person. Okay, but what we want to bring out is कि कौन सा जगह क्या हो रहा है और क्यों हो रहा है. So I'm sharing for someone else or myself. I click for myself, okay? And in case I'm reporting for someone else, then I need to put in age. और आपको पता है, आप 2 दिन से पता है कि adult 18 साल के ऊपर होते हैं, तो we do not, as under the POCSO Act, collect any reports for children because we are not allowed to collect reports, right? But many people have shared reports after they have past the age of 18 and they've shared their experiences as children, what has happened. So it gives you insight into what we can do about it, right? So I'm just going to put, you know, a number. I'm going to choose my gender. और यहाँ लिखना है कि can you tell us what happened? आपका experience क्या है? क्या हुआ था? So I'm just going to put it as a test report. So क्योंकि हर report जो आते हैं is verified backend. हर report जो आते हैं, there's a backend administrator that has a look at the report. Okay. So I will say I was followed to my school. Okay. और date डालना है, कौन सा date, estimate, you know, you can say this is an estimate, you can put the time, क्योंकि बहुत ज़रूरत है, अभी क्यों time पूछ रहे हैं, we want to see when are these incidents happening, and I'll tell you why, you know, why we put that time, क्यों हम time डालते हैं, और कौन सा क्या हुआ था, तो I had someone following me, so I can put stalking. Did I have someone also हमको घूर-घूर से देख रही है या stare कर रहे या कुछ expressions बना रहे, तो I can click that also. I can say मेरा picture ले रहे हैं without my permission, they are touching me, pinching me, या जो भी, या ऐसा आवाज से बुला रही है, commenting. I can put multiple choices and I can click next. Did I report the police? No, I didn't. Okay. Or do you feel any of the below led you to being attacked? क्यों आपके साथ ये हुआ था? So you can choose me because of my sexuality, because of my ethnicity, because of my disability. Okay, I can put, you know, multiple choice, and if it's disability, I can put what is my disability, because I couldn't walk, I couldn't hear, I couldn't see. You could put whatever. And would you add anything else about your experience? And I'm going to say no for now.
And one can
Okay, and then I need
select
to-
multiple options. Sorry. Can one
Yes.
select multiple options?
Yes. Absolutely. You can select multiple options. Okay. And the last thing is you put your address. Where did it happen? So I'm in Goa right now. I'm going to say Seolim, Goa, or I can say Panjim, Goa. It will pick up on the map. Okay, so if you can see it's picked up on the map, and then the map will automatically tell me where. And if I can move this to actual street, say it happened at Domino's Pizza, I can move it there. Say it happened in this area here, I can move it. Okay, you can move the map, the place drop to actual street level. Kahan hua tha? Okay, kaun sa street pe hua tha? And it will pick up that address. Wo address apne aap pick up karegi. Okay, you can put in any more details of street locality and say firm. Okay. Why does it help? It helps anonymously because we use this data to raise PILs, to shape policy, decision making, to also inform police what is happening. Not necessarily everyone will come and report, but can they do something about it? Okay. So, or even as community, even as education, facilitators, as educationalists, can we do something if something is happening? And then you click next. Okay, it just asks you, it says thank you, and it just tells you where did you come to know about Safe City, and you can click any one of these, and that's it. Okay, it's a simple form, nothing more. It doesn't ask you for any more details. In case you'd like to help more, then we have a further drop-down form, which is again no personal details, but depending on the categories you chose. So if I chose stalking, touching, whistling, it will take me to another form to ask me more details. So if I had filled say domestic violence, and I had filled disability, it will take me to a form which will show me domestic violence and disability. Did I get hurt? Did I report to the police? Did I get help? Do I need help right now? You know, and other details. Okay, again, it's anonymous. ये जो data है anonymous है क्योंकि हम ये collect कर सकते हैं और analyze करके, you know, we can do something with it. Yeah, and anyone can do something with it. So the platform is very simple to use. It also gives you, now I had put, हमने जो report भरा था, stalking, ogling, taking pictures, it will actually tell you under which IPC code it comes under. क्यों? क्योंकि अगर आपको पुलिस के पास रिपोर्ट करना है और आप जा रहे हैं FIR भरने के लिए और पुलिस बोल रहा है कि नहीं ये तो बिल्कुल, you know, it's not a law. You know at least which section it falls under. You know that all this comes under the Indian Penal Code. There are some helpline numbers. Also, अगर आपको hospitals देखना है, कौन सा नजदीक hospital है, तो you can put, you know, any address, it will pick up. So it will pick up all the hospitals in that address, to, you know, in that area, to tell you the Baba Hospital, yeah, you know, which hospital is in that area, and you can find the nearest hospital. You can also find the nearest police station. Okay, so same way. Nearest police station भी आपको बता सकते हैं, and you can have a look at the data. Okay, so Bandra West का police station यहाँ है जो you know, and you can see for other places also. So this is how simple the platform is to use. बहुत simple है, and I will just go through some more slides to show you what we do with this data when we, you know, when we get this data that comes on. Okay, so like I said, you can zoom down to street level, you know, you know, enlarge करके street level पे जा सकते हैं, and ये जो information है individual awareness के लिए, individual action के लिए, community engagement के लिए, और जो stakeholders है उसके accountability के लिए इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. So this is the Mumbai data for May. Okay, how many reports have come in from different places? This is all the categories. और आपको अगर सिर्फ commenting को देखना है या सिर्फ stalking को देखना है या online harassment को देखना है, तो it will show you that data also. You can filter the data, जो filter कर सकते हैं. So बहुत easy है. You can go to the website on your computer, or you can go to your Play Store, download the Safe City app. It's called Safe City. Download it and you can report. बहुत easy है, आसान है, कुछ personal details नहीं लेते हैं. Data जो आते हैं ऐसे दिखते हैं. This is the data of May. Okay, और अभी आप सोचेंगे कि highest peak कब होते हैं incidents का? Can you tell me when would be the normally, if you see data or you think of violence or harassment or कुछ ऐसा issues जो होते हैं, कब होते हैं normally? Can anyone tell me?
Late evening.
Late evening, yes. Any other time? Okay, so late evening. Thank you for sharing that. So, but you look at this data in May. The highest peak was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. If you can see my screen, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Then again, it peaked up again at 5 o'clock. Or see, 8:39 नीचे जा रहे. So we did this exercise. We did lots of audits in Mumbai. अगर आप मुंबई से हैं, तो you know how crowded the trains are. We did it on the Western Railway, Central Railway, and Harbour lines. और हमने कुर्ला, अंधेरी, मज़गांव, CST stations में audit किए थे. People को पूछ के कि आपको कुछ harassment हुआ था, कब हुआ था, you know, just simple things, nothing, no personal details. They reported, and when we shared it with the Western Railway Police, उसने surprise हुआ था कि वो time, वो railway stations पे peak था 7 o'clock in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. So, you know, then they said, oh, we should increase our personnel at 7 o'clock. ऐसा नहीं है कि 10 बजे और 12 बजे होना चाहिए हर बोगी में, हर ट्रेन में, हर प्लेटफॉर्म में. Yes, we can have them there, but majority of the staff should be there at 7. क्योंकि हम सोचते ही नहीं है कि 7 बजे सुबह कौन आएगा बाहर, right? But lot of children, lot of college students go to schools at that time. And that's the time people get comfortable because people are not reporting. Perpetrators get comfortable. They say, "Acha, you'll see if कोई आपको देखेगा कि रास्ते पे खड़ा है और एक्सपोज कर रहा है उसके प्राइवेट पार्ट्स, तो वो हर दिन वही जगह वही टाइम पे होगा. क्यों? क्योंकि लोग रिपोर्ट नहीं कर रहे. Okay, so and I've tried and tested this. मैं तो पूना थी and at 5 o'clock in the evening यार 2-3 स्कूल था, मॉल भी था, थिएटर भी था वहां, and 5 बजे हर दिन 5 बजे वही रास्ते पे a lot of one person used to stand there, but a lot of children used to pass up and down tuitions के लिए evening 5 o'clock, and people started reporting. After 1 month that man just disappeared from there. ऐसा नहीं है कि पुलिस को बुलाया, लेकिन पता नहीं मॉल लोग ने देखा कि ये रिपोर्ट्स के कितना रिपोर्ट्स आ रहे हैं, कितना लोग भर रहे हैं, पता नहीं, या स्कूल ने देखा था. तो इन सेंस it gives you an idea what is happening in any, and this can be used anywhere. We've done it in schools, we've done it in rural, we work in rural Maharashtra. I will show you some of the work that we've done there with children in the later slides. Okay. और यहाँ तो डेटा कैटेगरी का इंसिडेंट भी दिखाते हैं, क्या होते हैं, व्हाट इज द हाईएस्ट इंसिडेंट ड्यूरिंग दिस मंथ, व्हाट इज द ट्रेंड्स ऑफ द डे, व्हाट इज द जेंडर ऑफ द विक्टिम, सॉरी, व्हाट इज द एज, and have you reported. See here, on my left hand side of my screen, bottom सबसे नीचे left hand side पे आप देखिएगा कि 60% hasn't reported, okay, and 12% said I'm not sure if I want to, and 8.3% said I will report in the future. So 80% have not yet gone to report. It substantiates the data that shows that 8% people don't report to the police. Yeah. Now we come to this data.
I'm
People
sorry,
with disabilities.
Tanya, but there is some connectivity issue, I guess. In between, we are unable to hear you. So,
Okay.
can we have my team play the slides and then you concentrate on talking, so that maybe that will be a better
Yes.
bet. NK ma'am, what do you think?
Yes, ma'am. Sabila will be having the slide. She
Okay.
can do that.
Sabila, are you ready? If we decide to,
Just a minute, ma'am.
yeah.
Okay. I will just go through this last slide, then Sabira can share the other slides.
Sure.
Okay?
Sure.
Okay, so this is the data with people with disability who have reported, and here again you can see the gender of the perpetrators. You can see how old the perpetrators was. So this is an opportunity for people, all kinds of people, to report. Okay, and this is how we use the data. So here you see in the first picture, and Sabina, let me know when you're ready to share. I will stop sharing. Okay. In the first picture, this was in Delhi, and we worked in a community there where the girls stopped going to school. And when we went into that community to ask them कि आप स्कूल क्यों बंद कर दिया, क्यों नहीं जा रही है स्कूल पे, तो they said जो रास्ता है वहाँ, जो बस्ती के पास वो जो रास्ता,
Excuse me, I can share
आदमी
now.
खड़ा रहते हैं. You can now. Okay. Thank you for sharing. I'll also keep my video off, okay, please. I am in Goa, and actually today is a red alert. All the schools are shut today and tomorrow. So I was just hoping, we would have at least some connectivity. So yeah, thank you, Dr. Asmita. So yeah, so ये जो पिक्चर है जो लड़की दीवार पे ड्रॉ कर रही है, तो हमने ये कम्युनिटी के साथ काम किए थे, and we started collecting reports here. We started asking girls to report आप क्यों स्कूल नहीं जा रही है, and they all started reporting, and the highest amount of reports that came in was because of that one street जहां बहुत सारे आदमी लोग खड़ा रहते थे और उसको गूगू देखते थे, सीटी बजाते थे, all different kinds of things. Their parents said, let's not send the girls to school. When we asked them and showed them the data, the analysis, जैसा मैंने आपको बताया कि वो analysis बता दिया उसको, we asked them for solutions. We said, आपको solution निकालो. And they came up with this idea, जो जहां वो आदमी लोग खड़ा रहते थे, एक दीवार था उसके सामने, we will paint on that wall these big eyes, और हिंदी में लिखेंगे कि आपको कैसे लगते हैं जब आपको देखते हैं. So you see, sometimes it's a small intervention like this. यही exercise हमने सतारा में, stop going to school, girls stop going to school. और हम पूछा कि क्यों and what is the solution? वो हर एक गांव था जो महाबलेश्वर के सामने है, और वहां तो buses बहुत frequent नहीं है. Okay, I hope it gets better. Just give me one
Yeah,
second.
but
I'll
it is
just
much
switch
better
my net.
than the earlier. It is much better than the earlier.
Okay. तो हमने पूछा, तो वो हर दिन एक जीप में जाते थे. There's a jeep called a टपरी वहां. आप सतारा या वो साइड महाराष्ट्र के साइड में आप देखेंगे येलो ब्लैक कलर का जीप होते हैं, उसमें 20-25 लोग चलते हैं वो जीप में. तो you can imagine how close you have to sit. और वो जीप में 5-5 रुपया भरना है और चलना है स्कूल के लिए. तो इसलिए स्कूल बंद कर दिया, क्योंकि 25 जन बैठ रहे तो someone will touch you, किसी को हाथ लगा रहा है, किसी को पिंच कर रहा है. तो हमने पूछा कि कच्चा सोल्यूशन क्या है, आपको स्कूल जाना ही है? हाँ, जाना ही है. तो सोल्यूशन क्या है? तो उसने सोचा कि हम एक जीप वाला को ऑर्गेनाइज करके उसको हर दिन सिर्फ लड़की लोग को लेके जाएगी या बच्चों लोग के लेके जाएगी, क्योंकि कभी कभी लड़का भी होते हैं फैमिली में, तो हम बच्चे लोग को भी लेके जाएगी और हम उसको 5-5 रुपए देंगे. तो गवर्नमेंट का और पंचायत का कुछ इंटरवेंशन नहीं था, वो खुद सोल्यूशन निकाला. So sometimes small interventions like this can create safe spaces and help children to go back to school. हमने कर्वे इंस्टीट्यूट के साथ एक इंटरवेंशन किए थे ऐसा ही, और लड़की लोग और लड़के लोग ने रिपोर्ट किया कि वो on their campus where did they find it unsafe. और उसके डीन प्रिंसिपल और डीन जब डेटा देखा, उसके बाद उसने हमको बताया कि एक जगह जहां कैंपस बहुत बड़ा है लेकिन एक जगह लाइटिंग कम था और वहां लोग बहुत टाइम से 6 बजे के बाद वहां वो रास्ते पे नहीं जाते थे. सिक्योरिटी गार्ड थे, फिर भी वो रास्ते, क्योंकि क्या लाइटिंग नहीं था वहां. तो सोल्यूशन क्या था? सिर्फ एक लाइट डालना था वहां. Okay, and he said that for so many years I never knew this. I never thought of this. It never came out, and each student also never thought that the other student is finding it, unsafe. So small interventions like this. So can we go to the next slide, please? So our mission is to make cities safer, okay? And here, of course, it says women, but we focus on everyone. I would like to share a small video with you on how we worked in Satara with schools. So just give me a minute and I will share my screen, if you don't mind, and the video. Could you hear the sound? Was the sound audible?
Yes, it was audible.
No, ma'am.
No, yeah, no, it wasn't. Just in the beginning, we could hear something and then.
Yeah, music came and I think she stopped it.
Yeah, okay, fine, fine. I'll put the sound on.
Yeah.
The Safe Campus project involved faculty and stakeholders in creating safe campuses for children. It aimed to educate children, teachers, and parents about cybersecurity, digital wellness, safe and unsafe in case of abuse and discrimination. The project was implemented in 209 schools in the Faltan Taluka of the Satara district in Maharashtra. POCSO, an act which is a necessity in India where 40% of the population is below the age of 18 and where over 53% of children reportedly surveyed in 2007 stated that they had experienced one or more forms of sexual abuse, is not complied with despite being a law. In between 2005 to 2015, while total crimes against children saw an increase of 529%, cases of child rape and penetrative sexual
Yeah, I guess
assault,
that's connectivity.
including
Let's listen to what the information is being shared.
Okay, so let me share the video with you later then. I will pass on the video. I will pass on the video to Dr. Asmita, and maybe, doctor can share the video with each one of you.
Sure, sure.
Sure. So if we can go back to the screen, basically the video talks about us working in Satara and how, between certain years, obviously the cases of child abuse has increased, and we worked with 200 schools in Satara, 209 schools. We just completed the project in 1 year with 209 schools to create safe campuses. Schools were shut. If you remember, from last year to mid of last year, schools were shut. So we actually had to reach children through phones in the evenings because they would share phones. They didn't have connectivity. They didn't have phones. The digital divide was really great. We worked with these schools, we worked with the education officer, we worked with the child protection officer and all the principals and teachers to create a safe campus, of which all 209 schools came up with a child safety policy and internally, what can they do for children internally, also to reiterate the POCSO Act and what is some of the legislation or redressal mechanisms. And 114 schools actually created an internal committee to look after child welfare. So, that's the video and I will share it. It's on YouTube. I may put the link in the chat box a little later. I'll share it with Dr. Asmita. We can go back to the slides.
Sabila?
Yeah, so this is our mission. Our mission is to work with each person, each stakeholder, everyone who's doing such important work, because I think safety is also really important and each one of us can do it along with the good work that we are doing. Go to the next slide, please. So this is our objective and aim. And our aim and objective is, of course, to create, awareness, especially with disadvantaged communities and children, break the silence and help them to report personal experiences without them feeling threatened and collect this information and share it with stakeholders to do some action. We have raised a lot of public litigation. We have, we are using this data to strengthen our laws and implement some of the laws that are already there. Next slide, please. It's a low cost, low technology. It's, offline, online. So the platform is very easy to use. Anybody can use it. We would encourage everyone to use it. And of course, everybody is involved, right, in finding a solution. You've seen those examples I shared. Children have come up with solutions, communities have come up with solutions, and even police have come up with solutions, simple solutions to make places safer. And then, of course, we focus on the Sustainable Development Goals of 5, 11, and 16, okay, which is also gender equality and safety. Next slide, please. This is some of our impact of our work. We work with a lot of people. Last year itself, through this 210 schools, we covered 50,000 people. 12,930 were participants that actually attended our sessions. So you can imagine how many people that we've reached out through these programs to make schools safer. And we do a lot of other work in other areas besides schools and education institutions. We work with police partners as well as, engage people all over. Next one. So our future is, of course, to connect with all organizations, especially education organizations. This year, we have a lot of programs throughout the year on different topics. We would love to partner with education institutions, organize workshops for faculty, for, staff, for children, for parents. So we are open to, partnering with you on anything. And we are active in 15 countries across the globe, and we partner with organizations that work across the globe because we are a very small team. So we have a lot of partner NGOs and partner agencies across the world. And here, the next slide. So together we can make it happen. Together we can create safe spaces, and really looking forward to working with each one of you in your own way to participate with us. Thank you. I'm open to any questions that you have, and you can visit our website too.
Are there questions in the chat
Yeah.
box?
Yes, ma'am. There's one question for Tanya, ma'am. So the question is there a time frame within which the report can be filed, and how old can the incident be?
I think that's a very good question. There's no time frame. You can report, way back also, okay, because when the data is collated, it's collated and shared with the police. What it's trying to do is trying to see trends, which, what's happening over the years, what's happening over the days, what's happening across time spans. So they get an overall picture. When people report to the police, it's one incident. And what happens is then you tend to say, nahi, aapne kuch pehna tha, aapne kuch bulaya, ya aapne kuch kiya hai. When it is data like this, you're just seeing data, and data can be really powerful. Data, like I shared with you, the Western Railway police was surprised, 7 in the morning. They never expected it at Andheri station, CST station, how busy those stations are. So yeah, you can report anytime, way back also. We've had people who are 60 years who've reported way back in their childhood of incidents that have happened.
Yeah, you can unmute yourself and ask your questions.
Yeah, I had a question to Ms. Tanya. I think it was an excellent presentation. Now, this was related to an incident which I had read in the newspaper last month, which happened in Pune, where a child was locked in with 22 dogs in a 1 BHK by the parents. The child was not going to school for the last 2 years, and it was a very gross kind of violence. Now the building people took a long time, that is nearly 2 years, to then file an anonymous complaint, because they did realize that the child was not coming out, the child is not playing, something is wrong. But there is a tendency where we feel that, oh, we'll get trapped in by the, questionnaires, and we have to do the police station work. So let's avoid it. So would this kind of Safe City app help? And then shouldn't more and more people know about it?
I think that's a very good question. Yes, I know the incident. I have stayed in Pune, 13 years. I've just moved here. But yes, so again, under the POCSO Act, you can't report for children, right? Because if you know of a child being abused or harassed or experiencing some kind of violence, any kind of violence, you have to report it by law, right? You have to go through the regular, normal reporting procedure. So for children, you can't, but what they can do is report on the Safe City app to say that, there is some kind of maybe violence happening, maybe there's some kind of harassment happening, and report there. And if many people report, like 4, 5, 10 reports come in, it will stand out, right? Because it's coming in from that one place. So yes, they can. You're right. To your second question, it has to create awareness. People have to know about it. In fact, when I went to the Pune police 5 years back, Miss Rakshmi Shukla was the chief in command at that time, and she was like, "I know about your app," and I was like, "Oh, that's good, but I wish citizens know about it," And so that's why when Dr. Asmita invited me here today, it's with great pleasure, and I would love to, come to any occasion, or if you could also champion our cause and share it. We would really be happy to, if you could do it, we would give you all the support. So yes, people have to be aware. Our volunteers and interns, and that's why I work with about 2,500-3,000 volunteers across India, because it's not restricted to only the cities. It's not restricted only to, urban areas. It's all over, every city, every place. And unless we have more champions across, it's difficult to pass this on.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Tanya ma'am, another question.
Is this app available in our Play Store? From there we download? Is that so?
Yes. From the Play Store, and the language, there is Hindi, there is Marathi also.
Oh, okay. So maybe, all 66 of us, 65 of us